Hello, everybody. I was messing with the sound there. I hit the wrong thing. Don't worry about it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tales of Agius. It's been 2 weeks. It's been so long. We've missed you. We missed you guys. A lot has happened in that time. A lot has happened in that time. And we just want to say it from here at the cast. We love you all. I know times are difficult right now, but we are all here to hopefully provide you with a little bit of serotonin in these interesting times. So sit back, relax, have a wonderful time. It's going to be a lot of fun as we dive into some fun fantasy. And lists are immediately dropping inspiration for everyone and hydration. So everybody get yourselves hydrated. Chat, you're included in this.
We love you, Lissa.
We love you, Lissa.
Love you, Lissa. Jasper.
Lissa's been working on some wonderful stuff, by the way. All the clips on the
Where am I going?
on the
yeah. Oh, wait.
Working. It's not working.
Oh no!
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Just poor Hans by themselves, is like no one. No wait, Hans,
Wait,
I'll do it. There you
I got
go.
you.
Hans, I'm doing it across
Hans,
the.
I love
you can't
you.
see me, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it on my.
Hans.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm
reaching
reaching
over
Editors,
to
editors, make this look
Hans.
right in post. There we go.
Everyone make this right.
Sorry, editors, we love you. Speaking of the editors, Lizard's been
We
doing
love
an
you
incredible
so
job
much,
with all
editors.
the clips and everything. The whole editing team has been doing an amazing job with all the clips. So please go check those out over on the TikTok and the Instagram. There should also be doing some fun lore posts going up soon, which is very exciting. And yeah, who's ready for some more shenanigans and Tales of Agius, huh? Is everybody ready? Everyone got your snacks? Everyone got your drinks? Everyone got your stretches in? You know? Alright. Cool. Well, if everyone is ready, let's dive in. So, last time on Tales of Agius, the party arrived in the city of Ambercrest. And, the city, I keep saying the city, it's not a city. It is a tiny-ass village. The tiny-ass village of Ambercrest. That is the official title. And they, for various reasons, found their way to the town's small tavern. They met each other, either by just happening to cross each other's paths, or some quite literally bumping into each other. You know, just don't have a low perception roll, and then, you know, maybe you won't accidentally run into someone. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But yes, as the party was starting to learn some more things about each other, Bishop was the first to notice the familiar sight of their sibling, Aridia. I know, shock horror, crazy. But, you know, the two siblings noticing a few differences in each other. Bishop seeming very different with their eyes being slightly estranged and a mask covering their face. And Aridia missing an ear, perhaps. But yeah, the rest of the group kind of made some connections. Astra wandered off and had a lovely chat with a mysterious witchy mage in the corner of the room who was kind of surveying everyone.
I gave her everything.
Astra told her literally everything about herself, whilst she basically gave you pretty much nothing back except her name, Sel.
And where she's from.
Oh yeah, and she did tell you that she was from Ashenvale. That's very true. But aside from that, you got nothing. And she knows so much more about you now. You did also find out that some interesting magic had been taking place with a young man who introduced himself as Ezra, who seemed to have a erratic and strange magic that seemed perhaps familiar to a member of this party in some way, perhaps. But as these revelations were coming to pass, the one of the townsfolk, the human man known as Abraham, stumbled in to the inn covered in scratches and blood and such, and said that the town needed to evacuate because there was something in the crops attacking people that seemed to be drawn out by this erratic magic of Ezra's. The party immediately jumped to the defense and went to hunt down this creature and were able to defeat it, finding out that it was a shambling mound that seemed to just disintegrate upon destruction. Sybil used a strong level of magic that seemed to have some sort of reaction that winded them quite significantly, as they have now taken a level of exhaustion. After the party conversed a little, another thing, Astra changed themselves and activated their starry form, showing off this new magical form for the first time, which everyone was able to see. But yeah, the party conversed and healed up, and as they were kind of just about to start making their way out of the cornfields, Ezra came to find them, kind of feeling guilty about what had happened and how he might have inadvertently caused it. He brought to all of your attention, along with his dragonborn companion, someone that he seems to have hired to help him make his way through here and make his way to Cornucopia, where he believes the head mystic there might be able to assist him in learning more about this magic that seemed to have come to him in a dream. Sybil, knowing perhaps more about things in Cornucopia and how things are, decided to step in and tell them that he shouldn't go to Cornucopia, and said, let's find somewhere private to have a greater conversation about this. So, Sybil, Ezra, Axel, the Dragonborn, and Veldren started making their way to the Abbey, where they might be able to perhaps find a room for the night and also a private space to talk privately. Astra and Bishop decided to also hunt for somewhere to perhaps spend the night, and decided to go off and explore a nearby barn that's kind of attached to this farm. Whereas Aridia, after hearing a familiar voice in her mind, decided to split off from the rest of the group and head back towards the tavern to inform everyone that they no longer needed to evacuate and perhaps learn some more things. And that is where we are going to pick up today. So, who do we want to begin with? Who would like to go first of the three groups? Well, it's going to be the two that aren't paying attention. I immediately see all three of you just go, on my nose goes. And then the two of you just were not here. So
I was paying attention. I was listening.
Bishop and Astra.
I was listening. I just had to provide proof.
Amazing. Wonderful. That's going to make for a good clip. Bishop and Astra, we will begin with the two of you. As you start making your way, I think Bishop, you were kind of leading the way, and Astra, you were kind of following your companion towards this barn. It is kind of off to the side, kind of a short distance away from this kind of medium-sized farmhouse that seems to be one of the bigger buildings in this small village. But yeah, you see it's kind of a tall wooden building. It looks kind of quite sun-beaten. There's kind of not a lot of trees and stuff around protecting it from the wind and such around here. There's a few kind of like planks missing here and there. But you are able to make your way up to the side of it. And yeah, what would you like to do?
For one, first thing I'm going to do is actually pull up Bishop's character sheet.
Yes, you should absolutely do
Of
that.
course.
Mm-hmm. If people have not done that already,
so
I
that
think you should definitely bring up the character sheets.
Oh, there we go.
Wonderful.
So you said that it's a little like rustic and beaten up a little, like missing a few planks. Are there like the planks like nearby? Can I like use mending to like kind of patch it up a little?
Yeah, I'd say you could. Maybe an investigation check, see if you can find kind of. It's less so that you can find the planks, but more find which ones are supposed to go where, kind of how you could fit this puzzle piece back together.
Wait, what was it again? You said investigation?
Investigation, yeah, as you're kind of like looking around.
Well, a nat 20 for a 21.
Natural 20! Heyo! Yeah,
add it to the chart.
Add it to the spreadsheet.
Absolutely. Yeah, you see kind of a few some of the planks have just like fallen out. You do also see like some have kind of like broken away and stuff like that. There are kind of like some marks and stuff, maybe like where like an animal or something has kind of grazed against it with, you know, something like a horn or something like that, kind of making a scratch in the side. You are able to kind of use mending. Mending's a cantrip, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, so you are able to just over and over again use mending. You're able to kind of like run a hand over those marks, and the marks kind of like seem to knit back together. The wood kind of fits.
She's also
together.
Being really dainty about it.
Mm-hmm.
Astra has not had to work a day in her life.
Yep.
So picking up a board and holding it to cast a spell, she's like...
Yep. In ball gown and everything. This is
worried about her dress getting ruined.
Yeah. Truly, this is iconic. I need fan art of this moment. Truly, that is so iconic, actually. Really? Just like a princess doing a day's work. Truly iconic.
Truly.
But yeah, you were
truly
able to
a princess.
Kind of find the right planks in the right places, and you're able to kind of like look and kind of see where they should fit together, like it's a puzzle piece. And you are able to, given a few minutes, you are able to start, putting planks back into place. And, the place doesn't look new, but it looks better than it did. Probably take you about kind of 10 minutes collectively to do that. During that time, Bishop, what are you doing?
While Princess is being Cinderella, is the barn locked?
You go up to the front. It doesn't appear to be, no.
Okay, I'm gonna pull an Aragorn and just open both doors.
Yeah, you're able to push the doors open. You step inside. It's mostly filled with, you see that there's kind of like leftovers from a previous harvest here. There's a lot of kind of grain. There's a few like bales of hay and such like that. Yeah, there just seems to be mostly empty. You don't see any like animals or anything in here. There are a few kind of like bays where perhaps animals could be set up if need be, but currently appears to be empty.
Are there like lanterns posted throughout?
No, it seems to be just kind of empty. It doesn't seem to have any lanterns set up. You do see maybe perhaps on like some spaces where there are perhaps some hooks where some lanterns could be set up if some late night work was to take place, but there aren't any lanterns in here currently.
Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start going through and like making sure like boards are secure, that like nobody's hiding in any loft or anything.
Okay.
And like making sure if people go up into the loft, they're not gonna fall through rotted out wood or anything like that. Making sure this place is decently safe.
So you're trying to make sure it's safe. Okay.
Yes.
In that case, make me an investigation check.
No, not. Oh, I'm actually good at those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 19.
19. Okay. Yeah, with a 19, you go through, you are able to kind of go through, you look up into the loft kind of. Do you have dark vision? I forget if you have dark vision.
As
a human.
As a reborn.
It's just out there now. It's
Say it then.
I said it last session.
Yeah, you're so right. You did. I forget who's keeping things secret these days, okay?
Well, that's fair.
I spent
What's the
so long
secret?
everyone being secret about things.
I mean,
Uh,
Astra's just a simple human girl.
Oh yeah, I guess not.
No, you don't have dark vision.
I
Okay.
know.
Yeah. You kind of look up with your 19 though. It maybe takes you a little bit longer, but you are able to kind of like look. Actually, do you
Yeah.
have any?
Like I'm.
Do you have like dancing lights or anything? Any like cantrips or anything that could give you light in kind of the darker spaces?
No, I have
No?
presidigitation, which was my plan if there were
Oh,
lanterns,
okay.
but
Yeah. Unfortunately,
but I'll climb up there if I can.
yeah. I'd say I'm not gonna make you like roll or anything, but like yeah, you were able to kind of like look up into the rafters and kind of like maybe kind of like get up on the sides of one of the bays or whatever to kind of like double check, but there doesn't appear to be anyone hiding up here. It seems relatively secure and empty. You check the bays, and there's kind of just like, again, there's just like bales of hay around. What you do find, though, with your 19, there are 3 bays kind of set up, kind of on the left side of the barn. You go through the first 2, you kind of like look through the hay and stuff like that, kind of again like being extra cautious about there perhaps being someone hiding here. Maybe a little paranoid, but you can't be too careful. You go through the first one and you don't find anything out of the ordinary. You go through the second one, kind of looking through the hay, don't find anything. And then you go through the third one, the one kind of at the back of this barn, and you're kind of going through. You pull kind of some of the hay bales aside, and as you kind of lift one and kind of put it to one side, you see stashed underneath it with this kind of pushed off to the side here, you see it's strange. You see you kind of take the bale and like put it to one side, you see manacles of some kind just on the floor, chain kind of going from them to the wall. You see, as well as you kind of follow the chain back to the wall itself, you see claw marks in the wall. They don't look human. They look like it's come from some sort of creature, like there was some sort of creature chained here. Stop it.
Trying B, I'm trying to get him to stop.
But yeah. You see, that's what you see.
I'm kind of.
These manacles look somewhat old as well.
Oh, okay.
Not disused, but old. Like they've been here a while.
If I hold my hands up and like try and match my fingers and claws, do they match up? Like it might have been
Your hands are human.
Right, but I still got nails.
They seem bigger. I mean, you have like relatively big hands, but like you kind of like, you are able to like place a hand. I'll say with your 19 as well, you are able to kind of like place your hand kind of up against it, and like you are able to hold your hand in a pattern where it looks like, oh, this was some sort of humanoid hand doing something here, but it may be like bigger than your hand. But definitely there are 5, you kind of are able to place your hand, and like there are like, it is like lines of like 3 to 5 like claws of some kind. Just seems very out of place, and yeah.
Okay.
That's what you find.
And the claw marks, do they appear fresh?
You'd have to make me another investigation check for that one. I've given you a lot with this 19.
No, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
9.
9? You can't tell. It's just kind of in the wood. It's it's just these claw marks. I mean, you're not a wood expert. You don't have any tool proficiencies with stop it. I see your stop it. Put it down. God damn it. I play Dungeons and Dragons with children. I swear to God. Anyway, yeah, you looking at these, you don't have any proficiencies in anything like this. Yeah, you have no idea. You don't even know fully what this has come from. You just know that, like, vaguely humanoid of some kind, maybe. But yeah, definitely not. These are not just a regular, like, no person is being kept here as far as you can tell, or was being kept here as far as you can tell. There's definitely some sort of creature of some kind, which could be normal, but you don't know. It's a little out of place, especially as it was hidden. Seems a little strange and out of place. But yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is probably around the time, Astra, that you would finish your rebuilding process. And, you know, Bishop has kind of gone inside.
Sorry, I had to finish replaying my lip gloss.
Yeah, I
Astra's
feel like
gonna go
that's
inside,
accurate for Astra. I feel like Astra just does that immediately afterwards. It's like, hard day's work. Do my lip gloss.
You know, she only packed the essentials, so obviously her makeup.
Oh yeah.
And ball gowns. Oh, can't forget her crown.
Of course.
Yeah, but yeah, she's gonna go in and find Bishop and
anything
in here needs to get fixed too, or is this
what?
Is this adequate?
It seemed that way.
I mean, it's better than the ground.
Yeah, there a couple bales of hay, so at least you won't be sleeping on the ground and it could be soft.
Perfect.
Bishop, did you hide these again, or have you left them visible for Astra to see?
Oh, I've hid them again.
Okay, you didn't mention you were hiding them again, so I wanted to double check.
Oh, my bad. Yes, I am.
Yeah. You placed the hay bale back.
I am in fact.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So how you doing? You tired? You got quite
I'm doing fine.
Okay, good. You weren't a bit at the scrap, so I just want to make sure you're okay.
I'm good. I didn't get hurt in the battle.
Perfect. All right. Well, it keep us dry, keep us off the ground. For the time being, it will do.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. You keep going. Keep going.
I gotta ask, while it is just here and the two of us, I haven't pressed the issue. But are you okay? You keep mentioning your mother. You do not have to tell me if you're not comfortable with it.
I'm just trying to get away from the gate. I don't want to go back home.
Well, then you don't have to. You're your own person. Besides, I'm pretty sure we can find somebody to falsify some kind of license.
Wouldn't know anyone who would do that, would we?
That sounds like some kind of criminal.
Maybe.
Either way.
I don't know.
If you don't want to go home, you don't have to go home. You're safe here, Sha. Well, safe is kind of a relative term.
We did just fight a big plant monster together.
That
and a bunch of undead when we met.
I mean,
so.
Yeah.
But we do kick ass together.
That we do. That we do. You are very skilled. I'm gonna go.
So are you.
Thank you. I'm gonna go check around at the surroundings and make sure that there's nothing watching us and nothing surprising we'll have to deal with throughout the night. Make yourself comfortable. I'll be back. And I walk away.
Okay.
I would have been fine if it wasn't fucking Jay.
All right. Well, after exploring and finding a few things and finding a potential place for the night that you didn't ask about yet, but okay. Nope.
Yeah, it was offered to us.
Nope.
No,
No, it definitely wasn't.
You asked. And
You
then-
asked
and you
whilst he was
walked
bleeding
over.
out, and he was like, "What?"
It was more maybe. It was more maybe.
It was more huh? There's more pressing issues. I'm dying. You definitely did not get a
healed
confirmed
them.
yes. Are you doing a little bit of trespassing right now? Maybe. Anyway, moving on.
Maybe.
It's fine. Wouldn't be the first time this group's committed a crime. Anyway, moving on.
No,
from
attempted murder.
Bishop
What's
and
that?
Astra. Oh my god. Moving on from Bishop and Astra, we will go to, I think, Aridia next. Hey, nose goes only works once. Alright.
Sort of-
Alright. Yeah, Aridia, you make your way back to the tavern. You step inside. You see immediately Abraham kind of stands up. He has kind of did I describe Abraham? I don't think I described Abraham. He kind of is kind of taller man, a little bit older, kind of wrinkles kind of around his eyes and his face. He has kind of big kind of bushy beard around his face. Kind of wears a kind of like farming hat and kind of like overalls with a kind of brown jacket over the top. And he was kind of just like sitting in a chair, kind of like recovering after being healed, but you know, he's still kind of the physical kind of healing that's kind of needed to take place. And kind of standing next to him, kind of like tending to him, making sure he's okay, kind of giving him a free drink, perhaps. You see the halfling woman who you met, who runs this place. The two of them kind of look up as you come in, and kind of just the Abraham kind of just turns to you and is like, what happened? Do we still need to evacuate, or?
Oh, no, everything it is fine. We were able to dispatch the plant.
Well, thank you very much. What was that thing? I never seen anything like that in my life.
They are not too common. It was a shambling mound.
You kind of, damn. All right. Well, he knows what one of those are. Natural 20. On his investigation. Damn. All right. Cool. Nice. He kind of just like his eyes just go wide. It's like a shambling mound. Here, I've only heard stories about such a thing. I mean, I've grown some mean plants before, but not that mean. Still, I'm glad you're able to destroy it. Are you and your friends all right? Are they? You're the only one who made it back?
Oh, well, we are all perfectly fine. It is nothing that a night's rest wouldn't fix.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. I owe you greatly. I think we all do. If you and your friends need somewhere to stay, we have a spare room. I know the room here is taken by those other two, the Dragonborn and the young man. But I would be more than honored to host some of you in my house, at least for dinner. And then if some of you would like to stay the night, I do have a room. Some of you might have to share, and I might not have space for all of you. Unfortunately, it is still it's a farmhouse, but it's a small farmhouse. But I have a room going, maybe a couple of beds. If some of you would like to stay in the house.
I'm sorry. Abigail. That is a very generous offer. I think we might take you up on that. I know at least a couple of us would appreciate sleeping in a warm space. A few of the others, myself included, would be fine just camping out outside.
Oh, well, I'm sure, yes. There may be other places you can go to. Perhaps maybe if you pop up to the Abbey, they might have a room for you there somewhere. I don't know how the group of you feel about being split up. I don't know how close-knit you all are, but sorry, I couldn't offer you more of a space. It'd be very crammed if you were all trying to fit in that room, and I'm afraid we don't have enough beds. But I will get my my son and my daughter to set up the room for you, for some of you, if you're going to stay tonight. And we'd love to have you over for dinner. That would truly be a great way that we could show thanks for everything you've done for us.
No, it was our pleasure to step in and to help. But we do appreciate the offer. I will let the others know, and we will be back, I suppose, at the farm shortly.
Oh, wonderful. That seems things have been taken care of then. I'm glad we didn't have to evacuate. Kind of turns to Hazel. It's like, you all seem in good fighting shape if you're able to deal with a shambling mound. I mean, I've only heard stories from this one about those things, those creatures, and I can't believe that boy made that thing. Oh, whew, kind of just like shivers all over. In any case, I'm glad you're able to help us. We greatly appreciate it.
Of course.
Drinks are on me, shall we say? At least a couple of rounds. I don't know if you are drinkers or not, but I shall have the soft drinks perhaps, if need be. But anything you like, truly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wonderful. Is there anything else we can do for you right now? Is there anything you needed, or are you just here to tell us?
No, I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that it was safe.
Good. Thank you. And the two of them kind of go back to kind of like fussing over, kind of like Abraham being like, I'm fine. I'm kind of just like, listen, there's only certain things that real, medical help can help you with. It's just like messing with him and just like bandaging wounds that aren't there. And just like fussing over him. He's like, I'm fine. But yeah. Is there anyone else in this room you'd like to approach or speak to? You see Sel, this woman, this kind of mysterious, kind of witchy looking woman, is kind of still kind of sitting in the corner, kind of just like eyeing you, kind of listening to this conversation, still just reading her book. Is there anyone else in here? There's a few kind of people like milling around. Sparkle's probably in here as well, kind of just kind of watching you, just kind of like blinking eyes, kind of one eye blinking, and then several seconds the other one blinks. But yeah. I think you probably, with kind of everything, a lot of people have probably gathered here, actually, so the room's probably quite full. You'd see a Goliath man, kind of quite tall, maybe like 6.5 feet tall. You see a kind of young-looking tiefling, kind of holding a lute, kind of just, they seem a little kind of like shaken up by everything. You see Sparkle, who you've met, and then you just see a couple of kind of other people kind of just like hanging around. There's a Herringon, a couple more humans. You do see a kind of a furbolg as well. Just a mix of a few people around.
I guess probably the only person that would really catch Aridia's attention is it Sel?
Sel, yes.
Because you said she also has her book out. Is it more she's trying to look like she's occupied, but is like actually...
Oh, she's looking straight at you. She's not hiding it. As soon as you came in, she's got her book like she was reading before you came in, but seems to have just looked up and seems to just be watching you. Just with a, just a friendly smile on her face. Or perhaps maybe more of a, perhaps maybe for you, maybe Astra would have seen it as a welcoming smile. Maybe perhaps for you that's more used to seeing things like this, a little bit more of a mischievous smile. She's up to something. But she's just casually looking at you with her very blue eyes, kind of almost glowing across the room.
I will head over to her table.
Okay. Yeah, you head over. She kind of, as you kind of approach, kind of just like closes up her book and kind of like places it and goes, fine showing from the group of you. And kind of like does a little clap with her hands. It's like, you seem like you can take care of yourself and your friends. What brings you to Ambercrest? I spoke to one of your lovely friends earlier. They're very sweet. Astra, I believe it was. The young one in the ball gown. Not every day you see someone dressed like a princess out here in the wilds.
I know, but I do think it quite suits her. Wouldn't you agree?
I would, yes. Does the environment suit her? Absolutely not. Curious as to why she's out here. But
I suppose we all have our reasons.
that we do. What about yourself? What brings you here? Kind of like gesturing a hand, like almost like wanting you to introduce yourself.
Aridia, and
Aridia.
I am merely passing through.
Oh, I see. You want to make me a deception check on that? I will also point out for you, Aridia, obviously you know it from Menonage. She hasn't told you her name yet.
No, I know.
No. Okay. Cool.
Okay, I thought it was a 1, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
10.
10. He kind of just like looks at you when you say just passing through. She's like, just passing through. As
You do
most
have
people
inspiration.
I'll say
It's true.
It's fine.
Just kind of just like
I'm gonna save it. This is low stakes.
Yeah. Well, it's like just passing through. I see. Well, I suppose, some like to keep away from the main road for reasons.
I've traveled the main road before. There's nothing special.
Truly. It's dirt, and more dirt. I suppose this place isn't much better, really, is it?
It is quiet. That has its own benefit.
It does. I certainly prefer the quiet. Perhaps we are kindred spirits in that way.
I suppose, though I would feel a bit more of a kindred spirit if you didn't have me at a disadvantage.
Oh?
You know my name. Do I not get to know yours?
You never asked. But, of course. My name is Sel. Pleasure to meet you. Just thumbs up. Cool.
And what exactly brings you through here? You do not seem the type of person who would seek out a place like this.
Oh, well, I suppose I'm just passing through too. Seems we're both here for the same reason.
I suppose. Though I highly doubt it.
I mean, I'd be more than happy to tell you, perhaps if you'd be willing to be honest with me. What's some honesty between some new friends? No one just stumbles upon this place, truly. Everyone comes here for a reason.
You say friends, and I would be open to potentially being a friend. However, I have not survived as long as I have by just making friends. So.
I like you. You're smart. You're not like all the dumb ones. You actually understand the importance of secrets.
Oh no.
Perhaps we really are kindred spirits. You know, your friend Astra, well, she kind of told me everything when she came over here. I barely told her anything. She wasn't really thinking, I don't think, but, well, no one really thinks the way we do, usually.
She is still innocent. There is nothing wrong with
Innocent's one word for it.
There's like a brief flicker of, and she's not trying to hide. There's a brief flicker of not necessarily annoyance, but like she didn't like how she just talked about Astra.
Oh, please, Aridia, I'm just making light conversation.
that.
So?
No, it was slightly insulting, but I suppose.
Was it?
Oh, just say it.
Ooh, that wasn't me being insulting. Trust me, you would know. Ah, you would know if I was trying to insult you. Well, I guess if we're going to be honest about why we're here, I guess I'll go first, since seems fair enough. I'm here looking for something, someone. Hard to say, really. There are bedtime stories that they like to tell in this town of a creature that comes in the night and likes to steal babies and that sort of thing. It's I mean, come on. It's the sort of thing that they tell children to make sure they, behave, that sort of thing. But from what I can tell, there may seem to be some reality to some of it. And I'm curious about that. Creatures that like to lurk in the night tend to be of a darker nature. And that interests me.
So you are a bounty hunter?
Oh,
Or just curious?
no. I think that's more the Dragonborn. I think we're at odds. No. Bounty hunter. No. Me? Oof. That would involve working for someone. No. The only person I answer to is myself.
I want to insight check that in particular.
Please, absolutely, go for it.
That's my sister.
I was waiting for one that I was like, this seems like something I want to know. Let's see. 19.
19. She's talking very kind of blasé and very kind of, she's doing that thing where she's speaking, she seems like she's speaking very openly and very like she's not caring about her words, but you've spoken to these kind of people before and you realize she's picking her words very carefully and making it seem like she's speaking openly, but is actually speaking very closed off. And when she says that, you see that there is truth in that she doesn't answer to anyone, but perhaps in the way that she's speaking about it, you think that maybe that wasn't always the case.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So, if you do not work for anyone, you said that the Dragonborn is more of a bounty hunter? Do you know who they work for?
Well, I think they work for the boy right now. The young one who does magic. Now that is curious. He doesn't seem to have particular control over his magic. Young people usually don't. But, to make a monster like that, what, a shambling mound you called it? Terrible, scary things. Well,
I suppose, if you're easily frightened, that is.
let's not pretend, shall we? I've seen far worse in Ashenvale, trust me. Speaking of far worse, what's up with the other one you're traveling with? He's curious.
A lot of us are. Is there something wrong with that?
No. Well, I was more talking about the The one who likes to wear the mask to hide what's going on underneath. At least that's what I assume that's for.
You know, some of us have scars and other things that we carry with us that we want to be hidden. It
Fair
is his
enough.
prerogative.
I was just more curious if you knew about it. Or why you knew about it. His condition is quite curious. I've seen it a few times before, but not here.
Mm-hmm. You were from Ashenvale, you said?
Yes, Ashenvale. Quite a dark and gloomy place. If you don't like, if you like the sun, it's not the best place.
No, I prefer more of its opposite.
Hmm.
Phelan?
Oh, Phelan, curious. A very magical place there. That would, Yes, that would explain you then, wouldn't it? I mean, you certainly look like an elf, but there's a little more going on there, isn't there? A Ladrin, perhaps?
Not uncommon. Magic in Phelan is rather
chaotic.
entertaining.
Entertaining. I like that. I like that word. Yes, I'll have to use that next time. Well, I've been honest about why I'm here.
I am also looking for something.
Oh?
But it is not here. So I shall keep looking elsewhere.
Oh, that truly is disappointing. What are you looking for? Perhaps I can help. I am a woman of many talents.
Oh, that may be, but unfortunately you are not from Phelan, so I doubt you would have any frame of reference for it, so...
Oh, you're looking for something in Phelan?
No, from.
From Phelan? Well, I see things from all over. Perhaps I've seen something, heard something. Care to share? Of course, a woman can keep her secrets, but that's no fun.
Oh, I don't know. I think secrets are quite fun. But, this item I am looking for, or at least part of it, don't know. It is old, and I doubt that you would have been around when it was a prevalent thing. So,
Try me.
like I said,
How
little
long
bit.
ago? Are we talking few years? Are we talking invasion? Are we talking earlier than that? How long are we talking? You're an Eladrin. I know you lived for a long time, so could have been that long.
It could have been a few centuries. It is, time is hard to recall. So.
I see. Well, I have been around quite a while too. But if you don't want my help, I won't pry. I'm just curious. I love to meet new people and learn new things. But, your friend, if he needs to know more about his condition, I might know a thing or two. If he doesn't know already, that is. So if he's interested, you could send him my way. I don't know how much longer I'll be here. Maybe, depending how long it takes me to discover what I'm looking for, or get bored and move on, but if he's curious, you can always send him my way.
I will certainly pass that along to him. It's just out of curiosity.
Yes.
How common is his condition in Ashenville?
In Ashen Vale? Well, he is a curious one. I sense something different's going on with him, but being in the space between life and death isn't too uncommon. I mean, well, Ashen Vale has a lot of undead, so... But those are people who have passed on and are gone still, but are still here. It's... I don't know. I've never been dead, so I wouldn't know. But he's curious. He is himself in the land of the living, yet he doesn't need to breathe, he doesn't need to eat, he doesn't need to sleep. I believe, what did they call it? Reborn. That's the one. That's what they call his condition. Doesn't tend to be something that just happens. It needs to be something bestowed upon someone. I'm sure you already knew that, though, if he was a friend of yours.
I suppose we are all friends now. Most of us just met each other earlier today.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, if he wishes to know more, send him my way. I would love to talk to him. Truly a very interesting specimen.
Don't like that.
I will make sure to let him know of your offer.
Please do. Well, I've taken too much of your time already. I will let you get back to your friends. And if you need me, I'll be right here.
I'll pass that along as well. And I'll extend an offer of my own. If you need any help hunting your creature, I suppose one of us might be willing to help you.
Going good friends already. And business partners? Oh, Aridia. I feel like we could be very good friends, you and I. We'd work quite well together. Ta-ta for now. And she goes back to her book, seeming very satisfied.
Can I, as I'm standing up to leave the table, I want to use another divine sense
Yeah?
with her. As an action, I can detect.
Are
good and
you trying to be
evil.
stealthy about it? Because it is like a pulse of magic, so it would be pretty noticeable to everyone in this very crowded room. Unless you're trying to do it stealthily.
Because it's not a spell.
Okay. It is an ability, though.
Yeah.
And it is like you are like basically like you don't have a holy symbol, do you? No, you don't have a holy symbol, but it would be kind of like a placing your hand to your heart, kind of like, you know, a pulse of magic that would be very noticeable.
It's just as an action, you open your awareness to detect such forces, and then it lists everything.
Okay. You could try to do it stealthily if you want. You could attempt to do so.
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
I can be stealthy.
Sure. Roll me a stealth check. I'm going to say do it at disadvantage, so I'm not rolling like a billion perception checks for like everyone else.
Okay.
Just because the room is very crowded right now.
16.
16. Very good. Okay. Yeah, you do that, and remind me, what does it give you?
I detect good and evil. I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell, and then celestials, fiends, and undead within 60 feet.
Celestials, fiends, or undead. You do that, you look around the room, and you don't see anything. You look to Sal, and she doesn't pick up as any of those.
Okay.
she seems to be normal, as far as you can tell. Does not come up as undead. I'm assuming that's what you were looking for.
Yeah, that or just the inherently just evil.
No, she does not come up
Cool.
as,
Interesting, cool.
yeah. How long does that last, by the way?
It's around, so 6 seconds.
Okay. Yep. So that just kind of comes and goes.
Yeah,
And that's
and
it?
then I will exit.
Okay.
And I think, 'cause I don't have a way to message them, I will start walking toward the abbey where I know the other two are going first.
Okay. And then we will go to those two. So during all of this time, we come now finally to Sybil and Veldren. As the two of you were heading up to the abbey with Ezra and Axel, the jade-colored dragonborn. Yeah, you make your way up to the abbey. It is a kind of relatively, it's kind of like on, it's not quite a hill, but it's almost like a mound kind of in the village itself, kind of like a smaller kind of like, it's definitely raised off the ground a little bit. There are like a few steps kind of leading up to the big kind of oak doors. It is a big kind of stone building. It looks like one of the more structurally sound buildings of this town. Definitely looks older, but still standing strong. Kind of this medium-sized building. Kind of around the outside, you see kind of a few, not quite stained glass windows, but almost like in that style of window, you know, with like all the like little like bars through it and stuff like that. So like all the windows are in kind of like intricate pieces, but they are all the same, just regular color, as they're not kind of stained glass. But yeah. Okay. So you step up to the front door. I'm assuming you're knocking. Someone.
Yeah, I'll knock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sybil, you kind of step up and you just knock on the big oak doors. A few moments go by, and then let me. Yes. Yeah. The door kind of opens a little, kind of almost like kind of like halfway, and you see standing in the doorway, you see a much older looking man, kind of white hair and a big kind of white bushy beard. He wears a sort of blue and kind of faded purple robe with kind of silver kind of bracelets around his wrists, kind of brownish kind of boots, and he has like a small like kind of holy symbol kind of hanging around his neck. And he just kind of looks to you and goes, welcome. Some new faces that I don't recognize. Actually, I do recognize you two. Kind of looks to Ezra and Axel and goes, yes, I do recognize the two of you, but you bring new friends. It's lovely to meet you all. I am Father Reynard. It's lovely to meet you all. And who might I have the honor of speaking to?
Hi, I'm Sybil.
Sybil. Lovely to meet you, dear.
Veldren.
Veldren. Oh, fine name. Fine name. And I believe I didn't catch your names. And Ezra kind of go, my name is Ezra, and this is Axel. Axel kind of just does the bodyguard thing of just making grunt sounds and folding his arms and just. It's like, well, is there anything I can help you with?
Do you have any spare rooms potentially for us?
Yes, looking for perhaps a place to rest for the night. I see. Well, I have maybe one room that I could offer. It is, I'm afraid we don't usually host guests here, but I suppose my daughters could share a room for the night if you need. I can have them prepare a room for you. We might be able to have some spare blankets brought for you. I could maybe. I don't know if I would have room for all of you. And Axel kind of speaks up. It's all right. The two of us have room in the inn, in the tavern. It's just mostly for these two, and maybe for a couple of their friends. It's like, I see. Well, I can perhaps do that for you. Yes, absolutely. It is a smaller room. It's very simple. But yes, I can certainly do that for you. Was there anything else you needed? Anyway, you know what? Let's not do this here. Come in. And he will kind of like step to the side and kind of pull both doors kind of welcomingly open and kind of gesture, and it's like, the Abbey welcomes all. So you're more than welcome to come into this space.
What is his holy symbol of? Is it of a particular god?
It would probably be, yes. Let me double check in my notes real quick. I should have assumed you would ask me this question.
Of course I am. Of course I am. So sorry.
Give me just a moment. Oh, yes. Oh, I do remember what it was. It is a symbol of a kind of like silvery kind of dragon symbol. It's kind of, you look at it and kind of as it kind of moves in the light, it kind of has like almost like a sheen. It's a little bit faded, but it is kind of like a silvery dragon color. You want to make me a religion check?
Of course I do. It's an intelligence check.
Who this is.
Ooh. Hold on. Let me get over to my Bilby scores. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you do recognize this. You recognize this holy symbol. You've seen it a few times before. It's a very kind of old, kind of an older god, or someone that people kind of see as a god. You would recognize this as a symbol of Baphomet.
Yeah. Okay. Just take it into my own little knowledge stores.
Yeah. He kind of just gives you all like a very kind of like welcoming smile. He's kind of like an older man, just nods and kind of like gestures for you to kind of step inside. The abbey itself, as the doors open and the kind of the light kind of filters in, it gives very much sort of church vibes. There are kind of a few pews kind of set up, maybe like 3 or 4 rows, and then kind of like an altar at the front. Kind of, again, some kind of like murals and stuff of different, you would definitely see kind of like symbols, kind of like paintings of what looks like perhaps visions of depictions of the invasion. You see kind of a big kind of brain shape in the sky, and you see a few warriors kind of gathered beneath it with swords and bows and magic and such. You see a kind of central image of a woman made kind of entirely of like purple light, kind of like rising up into the sky, kind of arms wide. And then you kind of see afterwards kind of the third depiction of the elder brain kind of broken apart, and you see kind of figures with tentacles coming from their faces, kind of like grabbing at their misshapen heads and kind of falling to the ground. Yeah, you see that?
Interesting. I think I'll look to the father. Father, do you quite possibly have a private room? We were hoping to speak with our new companions
Yes.
indoors and just kind of a private meetings kind of setting,
course,
if that's all right.
I can either give you the room here, or perhaps if you would like to survey the room that I can offer to you, I can give you privacy there if you would like. If that's what you're looking for.
I'll look to Sybil and Ezra and see which one they prefer.
It's whatever's easiest for you. I don't want to cause any inconvenience.
Yes, we'd rather not inconvenience you, Father. So perhaps the private room would be good. And then these two can see if they'd like to stay there for the night. He goes, I will have that sorted for you. And then he kind of turns and kind of calls out. That's what happens when you have a million NPCs. He kind of turns around, calls out, Tessa, Lilia, we have guests. They might need a room for the night, so if you could prepare that for them and take them to it, that would be very kind. Thank you. They are welcome here. And kind of very quickly you see two kind of young women kind of step forward, and looking at them, it takes a second to kind of take in. You almost have to double take for a moment. You look to the woman on the left, who they both wear kind of traditional, almost like nun-like clothing. They wear kind of white dresses with kind of black kind of overlaid over it. They have kind of like almost like fingerless glove, kind of like the gloves that kind of like come up to their kind of forearms, in kind of like light whiter colors. They have kind of almost like a drape around their shoulders, and looking at them, the woman on the left has kind of a very kind of warm colored face, kind of short, kind of blonde hair that kind of comes around to kind of around her shoulders, and kind of bright blue eyes, much like her father's. She definitely takes after her father in terms of her looks. And then you look to her sibling, and it's strange because you realize that they are identical twins, but there are also differences at the same time. So they have kind of a similar, you would never mistake them as not being siblings, but you notice the other woman kind of standing next to her on the right has much kind of almost grayer skin. Her eyes also much kind of grayer color. Her blonde hair is more of a kind of silvery blonde, and it's kind of a bit more kind of ratty, and kind of it's tied back in a bun. It's kind of it's almost a little patchy in places. She wears very kind of similar clothes, but they both kind of step forward and they kind of give you, that almost like that creepy thing that identical twins sometimes do, where they kind of give you a smile and it's very similar. It's not meant to be creepy, but you're like, oh, okay. I
don't like it.
Yeah. She kind of the woman on the left kind of steps forward and goes, hello, my name is Tessa. This is Lilia, my sibling. It's so lovely to meet you. We can take you to your room if that's what you would like.
Thank you.
Of course.
Nice to
Thank you so much.
Apologies, I didn't ask your names.
Veldren.
Sybil.
Ezra. Axel. And then the other woman kind of steps forward, and her voice seems a little more kind of croaky. She kind of steps forward. It's very lovely to meet all of you. Please, right this way. And she kind of turns
Thank you.
and kind of leads the group of you forward. Tessa kind of says, I'll fetch the spare bedrolls. And she kind of heads off to kind of grab some supplies for you all. Lily kind of leads you up a kind of flight of stairs, past one room. You kind of are able to kind of like peek in, and it's a very simple room. It's literally just like a cot and kind of just a few kind of personal items dotted around. And then she kind of goes to, there's a door kind of on the right, and kind of the door to that is kind of closed. and then you kind of head to the far end of the hallway, where there's another room on the left. And Aurelia kind of opens the door. What is everyone's passive perceptions?
I'm pretty sure it's 13.
11.
11. I think only Veldren would see this then. Veldren, as they kind of lean forward to kind of open the door, their kind of sleeve moves up a little bit, and you notice on their arm black veins, which, yeah, you kind of notice just,
motherfucker!
kind of beneath their skin, kind of just almost like black veins. You only see it for a moment, but they kind of just open the door, and I kind of like step inside, kind of like gesture for you all. It's this is usually my room, but I will share with my sister for the duration of your stay. It's truly no inconvenience to me. It would be an honor to host you here. It is a small space. We have the cot here, and perhaps maybe a couple of bedrolls we could provide. But is it for all four of you, or?
No. I don't believe
no,
so.
sorry. Possibly just the two of us.
I see.
Can I don't know if I've done this. Can I insight check? Actually, I have done this. Can I insight check Veldren right now? Because I've never seen Veldren shaken
for it.
before.
Veldren seems on edge. Yeah,
Go for
absolutely.
it.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
100%.
Literally never
Even
seen that
without
before.
the insight check.
Also, I know I'm a little bit sick right now. That cough was in character.
Yes.
Just to
Natural
confirm.
20.
Natural 20?
Natural
Okay.
freaking 20
Veldren,
for a 23.
this is on you, buddy.
Yeah. No, Veldren is looking at this girl as if it is a mixture of questioning, like curiosity, but also fear. Almost, he seems like a little shaken. Veldren's usually very polite, calm. Like on top of things, he seems out of it right now, and you can see him burning to ask 1,000 questions in this moment, but physically holding himself back. And I think you would see his eyes keep flashing to like where her sleeves came up, almost as if trying to like verify what he saw.
Yeah, Sybil, you kind of almost follow with the natural 20. You kind of follow Veldren's eyes as he's almost like staring, and you do see kind of on the girl's arm, you do see kind of her grayish skin kind of stood out to you a little bit to begin with. Maybe it's just something kind of like almost like slightly sunken features, kind of making her identical, but also at the same time very different to her sister. But you do kind of follow his eyes and kind of see kind of the sleeve. Maybe it's like a little too short for her. You do see kind of between the kind of gloved hands and the sleeve itself, you do see almost like a trace of kind of dark veins kind of going over the skin a little bit.
And her hair has some gray in it.
It is very silvery blonde and is a little bit kind of patchy in places, and has kind of been tied back in a bun to almost like hide that. She very obviously looks sickly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But seems to be trying not to show it.
Nobody. No, it is. It will just be the two of us.
Oh, I would assume that the others were taking the farmhouse, so yes, I'll sleep on the floor, do not worry. I have my own cot.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Kind of like looks to Sybil and kind of like gives you a smile. We'll give you privacy. My sister will leave the spare bedrolls outside your room for you. the space is yours if you need it privately.
And
um,
and if either of you need anything, all you have to do is ask while we're staying. I'll do my best to help.
that's very sweet of you, Veldren. Thank you.
Of course.
And she'll kind of very quietly kind of you almost like see like almost like a little bit of color comes back to her cheeks for a moment as she kind of very quickly makes her way out of the room. But yeah, you guys have the room to yourselves, the four of you.
All right.
Axel kind of like almost takes a step back and kind of like will stand by the door, almost like guarding it. Not so you guys can't go out, but more to stop other people coming in.
I think Veldren will is Axel standing on like the inside of the door by the door. Okay, I think I'll stand next to. I think I'll see Axel take a step back and like, oh, and also.
Just Axel and Veldren standing next to each other, just like the 8-foot tall dragonborn, and just Veldren just like next to him, it's like,
am I doing this correct? Am I?
Just...
Before I even start, I want to look around to see if there's any potential for us being watched, and with that, another detect magic is gonna go up because I want to look for scrying orbs.
So you're gonna cast magic?
Yeah.
Okay. Does your rune glow? Because you're casting magic?
Crap. I forgot about that.
Would Sybil forget about it? That's a question.
Probably not. Can I subtle spell it?
Sure, you can absolutely do that 100%.
I'm gonna subtle spell it.
Okay. Subtle spell, remind me how that what the effect is for that.
So I don't have to use verbal or somatic components for my spell, and then we also like homebrewed the addition of my rune doesn't glow when I do subtle spell.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will do that. Do I still have to roll for my
roll a d20?
Okay, that's a 6.
A 6? Okay. Yeah. All good.
Good stuff.
You kind of cast the spell and you kind of have that moment like in your mind where you're subtle spelling it, almost like you're trying to hide it from everyone else, but you're almost hoping to kind of hide it from that as well, and it seems to work as nothing happens. But yeah, you're able to cast detect magic. You get a magical aura from Ezra. Nothing like crazy, but just how you would from any sort of magic user. You don't get anything from Veldren or Axel.
And then any like, I'm just being cautious, like scrying orbs in the corners,
Nope.
like, okay.
This is just a blank, empty room.
Wonderful. Okay.
Void of magic.
Okay. She, I think, paces a little bit, and she's because she is trying to figure out how to even begin properly. And I think finally she pauses pacing and looks at Ezra. And what color are Ezra's eyes?
They are they're like a violet color.
She looks at him and says, "What color were your eyes before?"
Oh. And kind of almost like that very much was not the first question he was expecting to get. Kind of catches him very off guard. It's like, hey, did you have something similar happen to you? Did you also have the dream? Sorry, they were blue. What color were yours?
I had the dream as well.
Oh.
But I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
To the dream. I'm being very careful with my words because I don't think we're being watched, but I also just there's no way to ever tell. Were there others in your dream yet?
Others. Well, there was her, but aside from that, I didn't see anyone else.
Okay.
She
Okay.
spoke to me. She told me that I was one of her chosen, and why were there others in yours?
Not the first time.
Not the first time. You've seen other people since? More people
There
like
are.
us?
There are others. I don't know much at all beyond that. I need you to not go to Cornucopia. In fact, I'm not going to ask you where you're from in case anyone is listening. If you're from Gloria, I need you to leave and get as far away as possible.
Oh, I'm more than happy to tell you I came from Draconia. Or Draconum.
Well, then you shouldn't go there.
I
don't say where you're going. Don't tell me.
I shouldn't go home? Or I shouldn't... you're confusing me, Sybil. What?
They will find you. If they learn of your existence, they will find you, and you will not survive the encounter.
Who's they?
The people in Cornucopia. They will not help you.
The head mystic won't be able to help me. What do they want to... Why wouldn't they help us?
Oh, they might say they want to help you. They might try to make it easier on them to get you there. No, they have no interest in the condition that we have. Not in the way that you would want interest taken in.
Oh.
They're very selfish. And will use it for their own best interests, not for yours.
Oh. I kind of looks to Axel. So where do we go from here? If we don't go there, how do we learn more about this?
You don't. Go.
Oh.
Try to live the rest of your life as quietly as possible. If something goes awry, leave. And then go somewhere else and try to live as quietly as possible there. If anyone tries to show up, if any other people of ours try to show up, send them away, tell them the same thing.
Okay. With all of that, make me a persuasion check.
Okay, that's a natural 20, but I have disadvantage.
Oh.
That's so much worse. Gonna use the inspiration. That's not much better. 14.
14. Okay. He kind of looks at you, seeming so confused by what you're telling him about how the head mystic of Gloria is out to get you or something, or like they're not going to help. Like, why wouldn't they help? They should be the most trusted person in the nation for magic. Like, why? And then kind of all of this, it seems a lot, especially as you're trying to be vague as well. But kind of seems to understand your desperation, and it's less so the words, more the kind of almost like tired desperation on your face that kind of sells it, I think. And he kind of just nods. He's like, okay, okay, I guess I'll head home. Where are you going to go? Would there be safety in numbers, perhaps? For people like us. if that's asking too much, I know you already have your friends with you. Kind of like side eyes Veldren a little bit. I just, if we're in danger, would it be better to be safer together with our powers combined?
I don't think that it would be safer with me in particular. And I'm truly sorry about that. But because I've already had some close encounters myself with them, I think I'm more in their sights, and it would be best if you were not affiliated. That way you were not put on their watch list, essentially.
I see. Well,
I'm really sorry.
no.
I'm really sorry that this happened to you.
No, thank you for telling me. I better to know now than go through whatever you've been through, clearly. Do you mind if I try something? Kind of almost like tentatively reaches out a hand.
What is it?
Your magic seems to have drained you a little bit. I might be able to fix that. If you don't want that, that's okay. I'll control my magic this time. I promise. You can trust me.
Oh, just because she would. Can I insight check him?
Absolutely.
Okay. I just realized I didn't roll disadvantage when I insight checked Veldren.
That's fine. It's
It's
already
my
happened.
bad.
This makes for good story.
13
13.
disadvantage.
He seems to be being genuine. You've shared a deep vulnerability with him, and he seems to understand it. And you can feel it in yourself that you're tired. You felt like you haven't slept, and he's kind of offering you this help. And maybe that kind of that offer of being able to help you, kind of almost makes you want to believe that he's being truthful. Even if you're not fully sure yourself.
Okay, yeah, just don't drain yourself, please.
Of course.
Hold out her bandaged hand.
Yeah. He kind of just gently takes it, kind of holds it in both of his, and he casts a spell. And you see he has this long like cloak and that kind of like covers his kind of face and body almost entirely, but you see as he's kind of holding your hands, you see runes glow on his hands, similar to the ones you have. And you kind of look up and you kind of see on his forehead as well, it also kind of glows, not the exact same symbol as yours, but similar. And he casts a spell. He casts Lesser Restoration. Your level of exhaustion goes away.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, you feel your kind of vitality return to you. You don't feel as drained as you were as you kind of cast that spell, and seems to go off without a hitch as he kind of opens his eyes again and goes, better?
Yeah. Yes. A lot better, thank you.
What drained you so much? Does your magic drain you that much? I mean, even when I summoned that beast back there, I felt fine afterwards. Does your magic look slightly different from mine? Are we all unique? Does yours drain you a lot more, or?
I mean, I am not sure about how everyone's magic works with what we've all experienced. I haven't had much experiences beyond the dream. So I have not. You're the first other person I've met with this, and I know I was the first person they had seen. I think mine's just a side effect of
Insight check.
Ezra's also gonna insight check you, I'm afraid.
Am I telling the truth? I think
Saying
I am.
it's a side effect of your magic? That's not true.
That's not what I was saying, but okay.
Oh, is that
But
not what you were saying? What were you trying to say? That's what it
I was
sounded
trying
like
to
you were
say-
saying.
I was trying to say it was a side effect of going to cornucopia.
Oh, okay.
Was what I was trying to imply, but
Oh,
it is
okay.
very vague.
Okay.
8.
8. You kind of like say that, and Ezra kind of like looks at you and kind of like seems to read between the lines on what you're saying. It's like, right, okay, well, I mean, we've both had the same dream, so we both know that she's trying to get us to go to Phelan. So if you're heading there, I might try to do the same. But if you don't want to travel together, then that's fine. That's okay. We can travel separately. If you think that would be safer for us.
Be careful.
Well,
I wouldn't recommend going to Phelan.
why not? Isn't that why she's trying to get us to go?
I don't know why she's trying to get us to go. I don't know. All I know is people know where to find us. They'll go there, and I don't think that's a very good idea.
It's an Abigail question. Are you do you remember what she told you?
Yeah.
Yeah? She did tell you why she wanted you to go there.
Maybe I don't.
Yeah. She said she told you, well, she did tell you, I'll DM you about it later, but she did tell you that she wanted you to go there for a specific reason, to find something.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Would you say that, or would you say something different now?
I would say something a little different.
Okay, absolutely.
I just wouldn't say I don't know why she wants us to go there.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would take all of us for that to happen, and a lot of time has passed since I had the dream, so I think that there's been a lot of time for others to do that. Did she tell you why in your dream, and when did you have your dream?
I had my dream pretty recently. I mean, it's been less than a month, I think. I left pretty much immediately. As soon as I knew, I set off, and I thought about going directly to Phelan, but I know that I thought that the head mystic here in Gloria would know more about this and perhaps be able to help me. I mean, with the nature of where in Phelan they're trying to get us to get to, I mean, it's quite dangerous, so I thought maybe they might be able to offer some sort of help, or maybe be able to understand my visions a little more. They were a little bit vague. But seems like that was not the smartest decision if they're trying to do things to us. Trying to take our power for themselves, if that's what you're trying to tell me.
DM, I have a question.
Yes.
Would I have heard anything in my time
Mm-hmm.
in the city or travels of the head mystic looking for people like these two, or no?
You wouldn't have, no. I'm not
Okay.
even gonna. Not even
I
a
just
roll
wanna-
on that
yeah,
one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's very
Just wanna
secret.
just want to see.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, there is some background noise from I don't know who, but it sounds like people talking.
There is a little bit of background noise.
Like
from someone.
somebody talking or something.
You're good. You're good. Okay.
I thought it was a TV show.
Well, I guess, if not, I mean, I've been getting the dreams pretty recently. You said you had your dreams a while ago, and haven't had them
it's
recently?
No, but that's probably another side effect, maybe. How many, if you don't mind me asking, how many runes do you have?
How many runes?
Yeah.
A lot. It's kind of. I mean, I don't know if you want me to show you. I mean, this is kind of like moves his like cloak. Is like, this is kind of to hide them.
You don't have to.
They're very obvious when they cast magic. I don't. Do you have less? Or more, or?
Less, but again, don't worry about it.
A side effect of the mystic.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, kind of
So
shivers.
do you kind of understand what they're?
I do. I understand what you're saying now. Yes. We both shouldn't be here.
Right.
I suppose I'll either follow the lady's words and go to Phelan, or I'll go back home. I don't know. The dreams have been pretty consistent.
Oh. Then you should probably listen.
Okay, yeah, I suppose I should. And like I said, the offer is open if you would like to go. But if you have other things you'd rather do, if you don't think you're getting these dreams anymore, if you think that time is past, then that's absolutely fine. I just wanted to make the offer. It's the first time I've met someone else who understands what I'm saying. I mean, I pay Axel to follow me around, and he kind of just seems to only half listen to what I'm saying. Axel kind of just like rolls their eyes. I'm like, I listen to everything you say. I just don't understand half of it. Same thing.
I mean, it is really interesting and exciting.
Yeah.
I hope you find what you're looking for. I will not go
Of
a place
course.
that I'm not entirely sure if I'm welcome anymore.
Well, wherever you go, wherever you find safety and sanctuary, I hope you find what you're looking for too.
Thank you. One last thing, and I'm so sorry to end this on such a grim note. If you, gosh, I hope this doesn't happen. If you were to get caught, they're going to ask you how you came across your magic. That is the only thing you have against them. So don't tell them anything.
No, I wouldn't. I won't tell them anything. Now that I know the severity of the situation, I'll try to have Gloria as quickly as I possibly can. If I'd known, I wouldn't have come here in the first place, so thank you for telling me. I could have walked straight into a trap unknowingly.
Gosh, I hope no one else has done that.
I hope so too.
Please, be safe.
I will. I've been trying to expand my magic. It's been a little erratic and all over the place, but I know there's magic that can send messages across distances. If I learn that, I'll try and keep in contact with you even from a distance. If that's okay.
Yeah.
It would be nice to talk to someone else who understands.
Yes, I would really like that. And please let me know if you're ever in need of assistance. I don't know how much I can help, but I could try.
Of course, and the same goes to you.
GM,
Mm.
would my organization
Yes.
have safe houses across Gloria?
Safe
Like
houses
little-
across Gloria, I would say.
Yeah, just like little places in that would be safer to be at in like maybe some of the bigger cities.
Would
Or no?
let me return that with another question.
Yeah.
Would Veldren have gone out of his way to create such things?
Yes, absolutely.
Then absolutely, I would say that they exist. Yeah.
I think Veldren A takes has been like through this entire like once like the mentioning of a spell to like send messages across distances. Veldren actually kind of goes in, pulls out a couple of like papers and notes that he's written down. It's not much, but it might be a starting point for something like you're wanting. And I will give him kind of like the notes I've taken myself on the message cantrip that I have.
Ooh, okay.
You see, if you change it here, here, and here, you might be able to expand the distances. Instead of a fee, you would change it to a sa. And just kind of like going through there, like what he thinks a sending spell would be, and kind of the hand motions that he's kind of like puzzled out in his head.
Make me an Arcana check.
Perfect. I'm good at those. 25.
25. Okay.
Yes.
You say that, you kind of go over your notes, and you kind of like, you kind of go through and you're like, if you change this to that and this to that, it's like, oh, you seem to know a lot about magic yourself. Are you a magic user too?
In theory. I'm much better at the theory than I am at the practical. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve, and I will kind of like, wave my hand, and a couple of dancing lights appear above my head. I have a few tricks.
Oh,
Nothing as impressive as you and Sybil, however. I just know a few things.
oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you. I'll see if this works. I'll have to try it. But thank you.
Of course. Also, let me see your map.
My map?
Your map of Gloria. I assume you have one since you've been traveling.
I've been mapping things out a little bit, yes. And he kind of pulls out a map of kind of like just like a vague like nation map with like the locations kind of dotted on it.
I will kind of go in, mark a couple of the cities, and scroll on the map just a few directions to some of the safe houses. If you need a place to, please keep this safe. If you need a place to stay or a place to hide, go follow these instructions to a safe house. Mention my name. Mention you're a friend of mine, and they will hold you for the night.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Veldren. Thank you very much. I can
Of
really
course.
appreciate that.
Of course, your plight is something. Not all of Gloria is bad. There are many that wish to make a difference.
I'm sure there are good people like you here, Veldren. Then at least I can believe in this nation at least a little bit still.
I am just a person.
Well, sometimes that's all you need to be. Don't need to be fancy.
Yes.
With fancy magic
Yes.
and all of that.
It's still quite impressive. Don't be ashamed of your gifts. Never that.
Thank you. You kind of hear, kind of out in the hallway, the sound of someone kind of approaching. There's just like a kind of slight knock at the door. Am I interrupting anything?
No, come in.
And Axel kind of like steps away from the door and kind of opens it, and you see you see Tessa kind of steps in. It's like these are the sheets and bedrolls that I could find. I was only able to find 2, and obviously the bed is for either of you. You can absolutely share it. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Tessa. It is very much appreciated. Is Tessa the ill one?
No, Tessa is the other sibling.
Yes.
Her hair more blonde, her skin more kind of yeah. She is fully healthy from what you can tell.
I'll take the bedrolls and everything from them.
Mhm.
Is your sister all right, by the way? She just seemed a little ill, a little under the weather, is all.
Oh, just kind of just like smiles like that's unfortunately a condition that she has. She's had it for a long time now. We don't truly know what it is, but it goes back and forth. It's sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's not. When she has her worst days, she likes to isolate herself. But she's all right. It's just something that she's dealt with for a lot of her life. We don't quite know how it happened, but just slowly over time she got a little ill, and she doesn't let it bring her down.
As she shouldn't.
And she knows that the gods are always watching over her, so
Yes.
she is.
I was just curious.
Of course, no,
Of course.
I understand. She understands. She's used to the looks. We are identical twins. She's 3 minutes older, but yes, some notice how identical we are, and then how identical we aren't at the same time. It's a little strange for some, so I understand.
Of course. Sorry for intruding. I was just worried about her.
No, she's perfectly fine. I understand your concern, though. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Of course. Of course, thank you. I'll take the bedrolls, put them in the room.
Well, is there anything else that we can do to help?
I did have a question, and I'd be fully willing to work for it. Do you know if your father keeps any spare charcoal, incense, and herbs? About 10 gold's worth.
Oh, yes. We would certainly have the incense. Some coal could definitely be provided. What was the last one? Sorry, coal, incense,
Charcoal, and herbs.
Oh, herbs. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. I grow some myself. Yes, absolutely. I'd be willing to provide those for you.
Yeah, it's about 10 gold's worth. I'd be very willing to work for them. I'd do some odd jobs around the house.
That would be very sweet of you, Veldren. Yes, the herbs, that would probably be most of my stocks. That is very kind of you to offer. But I would be willing to separate with them for some funds, though, that I could perhaps put to more seeds to grow more. But yes, that can certainly be arranged. Will you be in town for a while?
I'll look back to Sybil.
We can be if we can get those supplies.
Possibly another day or two. We need to restock up before we journey again.
Okay. Well, I'll have a think, and I'll see what I can find, and I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can find out. I'll speak to Father and see if he has anything that you might be able to help with as well.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. But yes, the incense and the charcoal I can absolutely provide. We have an abundance of that, so I can absolutely provide for that. It's mostly the herbs that will be the cost. So, but yes, I can get those for you, and we'll work something out for the herbs.
Of course.
She'll just kind of like bow her head and kind of just in turn kind of bow her head to each person in the room, and then we'll take her leave, leaving the four of you together. So what's the plan now then?
We will stay here at least for a couple of days. I don't think as soon as you two can leave, the better.
Well, it's a little late in the day to, if we were to leave now, we would perhaps be...
It would be more suspicious.
Yes, that, and we've already paid for the room for the night, and, well, we would be... there aren't... On our way here, we were quite tactical about where we planned our stop-off points. The distance from here to Monstrous City is... well, it's about a week's travel, so I have to be careful about timing, and, well... getting back to the main road usually takes around sort of a day from here, so it'd be better to wait until we can reach the main road. So probably leave first thing tomorrow.
I would be careful in Monstrous City. It is...
I'm always careful.
If what Sybil says is true, if the people that are looking for you are paying attention anywhere, it'll be the port city where everyone leaves and comes to.
Yes.
I don't know if they know that there are any more of us. So keep your
It would be
magic under
best when it comes to Gloria. I find assuming they already know is the best case.
Yes.
I'm sorry we have to leave so soon, Axel. I know you're wanting to stay to look into that monster problem, but if we could leave sooner, that'd be great.
Monster?
Don't worry about it. I took this job for a reason. There's rumors in this town of there being some sort of creature in the night sort of thing. The mage woman in the tavern, she seemed pretty interested in that too. I don't trust her.
Mage woman? I didn't see any.
No, me neither.
Interesting.
Yeah. She
That's
likes
something
to
to think
for
about.
herself. I wouldn't trust her. She seems like she has ulterior motives. But yeah, there's rumors in this town. Some put it down to just being a silly story to scare away the children, but some feel like there might be some truth to it. I am a little bit of a bounty hunter myself, and then I take other jobs in my time, but that's usually my profession, so monster hunting tends to be my forte. So I thought I'd pop by to see if there's any truth to this, but I haven't noticed anything yet. Then again, I've only been here a day, so...
And in this day, a lot has happened in this sleepy little village.
Honestly, not a lot. It is very quiet, and...
I'll look at Axel and look at... kind of look back to where the shambling mound happened.
Aside from the obvious...
And aside from the monster that seems to be lurking, and a strange and mysterious mage. In Gloria? Right.
Yes. The mage isn't from here. She says she has a license, but I looked at it and it seems suspicious. Like it might be fake.
Who would ever have a fake license? Ridiculous.
Deception check.
Oh,
Motherfucker,
Why
you're
would
gonna
you
say
say
that
that?
straight up to his
Why
face.
would you say that?
Natural 20.
Doesn't even blink. It's like, yeah.
So stupid.
People who
About
are.
time you rolled something well.
Yeah, who are you and what did you do to your dice?
So stupid to roll that.
Yes, the only people who would fake having licenses like that are people who have ulterior motives or,
Or an idiot.
precisely. Anyway, I'll probably stay here till the morning and then have to leave. My
Of course.
main priority for this job is to this one. This was more just a side thing. If there is anything going on, I'm sure that cell woman will find it.
Yes.
Be careful.
Yes. If you need anything before you go, just ask.
Thank you. Yeah, we appreciate that.
Of course.
These safe houses will definitely be helpful if we need to make stop-offs on the road. Perhaps also we accumulate some funds for traveling back in Mistral City. Travel is quite expensive.
Yes. Make sure to mention my name. That's how they'll let you in.
Well. Well then, I guess we'll leave you to it. Enjoy your space. We'll be back at the tavern if you need us.
Of course.
It was really nice to meet the both of you.
And it was very good to meet both of you too. Truly, you've given me a gift, Sybil, and I will not forget it.
As they start to walk out, Sybil's still kind of staring where Ezra had been standing, and she just goes, "They were Hazel.
Sorry?
They were Hazel. My eyes."
Oh. Well, maybe they will be again Monday, when this is all over.
Maybe.
I think that purple suits you quite well.
It is quite fetching.
Or the blue, even. Anyway, kind of just face goes a little bright red, just disappears off down the hallway. Axel just looks at him, looks at you, and just leaves.
Once they leave, I'll look to Sybil. Quite the steal of hearts, aren't you?
What? I'm sorry?
Don't worry about it.
Was that what that was?
I would assume.
Oh.
It was either that or is he being quite awkward. Quite possibly both.
Oh, no. That's not good.
Incredible. All right. Well, yeah, you guys have the room for the night. I assume kind of once you've set up things here, you'll kind of probably all kind of reconvene probably at the tavern itself would be my guess, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to specifically
I
do
think
before
Aridia
then.
was headed to us.
Aridia was headed to you guys, yeah.
And I
very
rolled
true.
to run into Aridia.
You gotta leave the door.
Again. Yeah.
Again.
Open the door on Aridia.
Well, actually, yeah, no, actually, never mind. I did completely forget about that. Sorry about that. But yeah, Aridia, you make your way up to the abbey, and the door is kind of ajar. Would you knock or just step inside?
I mean, if it's open, I'll just open it a bit more.
Yeah, you step in and you see it's kind of similar to what everyone else saw. You see the few rows of seating. You see the small altar. you see the depictions that you would very much recognize of the invasion taking place, and it kind of brings back some memories. But you do see, kind of as you step in, you see the same sort of older man. You see Father Reynard kind of like looks up and goes, "Oh, are you friends with the other two, the Veldren and Sybil? One of their friends?"
Yes, I was just looking for them.
Oh, yes, they are upstairs currently. They are able to secure a room that my children will be sharing their own room. But yes, we were able to give them a room for the night. Would you be joining them for that? Swear to God, you guys can't take anything seriously.
No, I think that the two of them will be. Nope.
Her face is so red.
Kind of just kind of like looks at you. It's like, are you all right, ma'am? Are you all right? Do you need some water?
No.
No? All right. Well, is there anything I can assist you with, or do you just like to see the two of them?
I just needed to just to see them.
Right. You would also kind of looking at this man, you would notice, kind of looking down, you would notice the holy symbol that you had recognized as a symbol of Bahamut.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You would see that. But yeah, you're able to make your way upstairs, and probably as you get about halfway up, you almost walk straight into Sybil.
I just gave the door.
The door absolutely hits her in the face.
Oh my
Oh, Sybil.
Aridia, you take 1 bludgeoning damage.
This is the best running joke of this campaign.
Aridia.
We need to not keep meeting like this.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, Sybil.
I'm so sorry. It's really nice to meet you again.
Were you wishing to have the room as well? I don't think either of us would mind sharing.
No, not at all.
No, I'm.
We saw you from across the abbey and we really figured.
Stop.
I hate it.
Not in character. It was.
Oh no. Oh,
sorry, I had to.
Incredible. High-tech
The
talk.
not in character. Not in character, please.
It's a character.
Oh.
Oh no, I don't. I am fine sleeping outside. I came to get the two of you though.
Oh, of course. Is something the matter? Is it a monster? We just learned about it. Oh, it does not move that quickly.
No, but there is. That was part of it. That was mentioned. Cell back at the bar.
Cell? Is this the mysterious mage woman?
She's certainly something. But yes. You know, she's taken quite an interest in the group, and just fair warning about that.
In the group?
Well, she
Are we a
assumes that
group?
well, she seems to think that we are all friends, so that is beside
Very
the
well.
point, though.
What was his name?
Abraham, he, the farmer.
Yes.
he invited us all to dinner, and that a few of us
Oh,
might be able
sweet.
to use a room there. Tom, stop.
That's so sweet.
Tom
We
wants
should
to
definitely go. We should definitely go. That is such a nice gesture.
Yes, I thought so, and I thought maybe we could all talk about whatever this creature in the night is.
Yes, Axel told us a little bit. You two go on ahead. I have something I need to ask of the father for a minute. I just need some more reading materials. I want to see if he has anything on Mistra.
Okay.
Sure. How about you walk down the stairs first, though, Sybil?
I'm kind of afraid to now because
You should please be careful not to run into any of the children, Sybil.
Aridia kind of. It would be even if she pushed me down the stairs.
Aridia, are you going to push Sybil down the stairs?
No!
Can I insight check?
I know, Aridia. Now that it's been mentioned, it sounds pretty tempting.
18 with disadvantage.
She's like,
With disadvantage.
Oh wait, not disadvantage.
Wait, with
Never
disadvantage.
mind. I don't have disadvantage anymore. My first roll was a natural 20, so that's a 23. I don't know what tonight's doing, but
Incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Is Aridia going to push it?
stupidest insight check.
No, you say it, and there's just like immediate panic of like, I would never do such a thing. Why would you think this? Like the lawful good shining through of like,
I would never.
Don't lie, you've absolutely pushed Bishop down some stairs before.
Okay, that's different.
That's your sibling. That's your sibling. Like,
I'll walk down the stairs first.
Yeah.
I just didn't want you to trip and fall on me.
I'll walk down the stairs first.
Okay. Yeah, you walk down the stairs, and as you get about halfway down, you see Lilia trying to come up. She's like, "Oh, sorry." And we'll just like walk back down. You're able to go down the stairs. You don't quite walk into her, but sorry, this is just a good bit now. Just gonna keep it going.
Gosh dang it. He's just a little clumsy and quirky like that, I guess. Gosh dang it.
But yeah, you're able to all make your way downstairs. And yeah, Veldren, you said you were staying behind to talk to the father?
yes, I would like to talk to the father. Father Reynard,
Okay,
please.
absolutely do that, yeah. As, you know, the two of you head off towards the tavern. Yeah.
Father, if you have a moment of your time.
Yes, of course. What can I do for you, Veldren?
It's something of a private matter, if that's all right.
Yes, of course.
If you have a room for us to speak in where prying ears may not listen.
Roll something. He kind of looks at you with you saying it's a private matter. He kind of looks at you and goes, do you have a confession to make, Veldren?
Not
In
as
front of
not
the
so
gods?
much.
No? Oh, sorry.
Not so much a confession.
Ah,
I mean, it is a very. You should not apologize. This is a very.
usually when people ask that sort of question,
Yes,
it's usually
it's a
what
very
they mean,
normal
Veldren.
thing to think. There's a quite normal thing to think, especially with no sexual undertones, like someone would imply. That's not in character. That's Jay. That's Jay directed to the rest of the party that was going.
God damn it.
I know a little bit about an illness.
Oh. I see. Kind of like looks off to the side, kind of like to the stairs where Lilia's just kind of gone upstairs. Like,
Yeah, I definitely said it
Yes.
quietly so Lilia would not here.
You perhaps know more about my daughter's condition?
Possibly.
Hmm.
How long has she had it?
It's been many years now. She's 20 years old now. She's had it perhaps maybe since she was 13, 14. Young age. It's been a while. Many years. It just came one night. We thought it might be some sort of curse, but we don't know.
I think you might be on the right track. I think it is a mixture of a curse and a disease. A friend of mine, back in Cornucopia, possesses the same illness, the same black veins.
I see.
Has she had any bouts of sleepwalking?
Quite often, actually, yes.
Does she seem different during these times?
She used to, but when this happens, she tends to isolate herself downstairs. She'll wake up in the night and she'll make her way. Sometimes I hear her, and she'll walk downstairs and she'll make a place for herself in the basement and will only come out in the morning.
Yes. Has there been any screams?
Screams? No.
Not of pain, but of... It's hard to describe. A haunting sound.
Not that I've recalled.
From what I can see, and from what you probably already know, I do not think this is something that can be solved with normal measures.
No, I've conversed with the gods many a time, and they don't seem to have an answer for it, at least not from the prayers I've put out.
You haven't heard anything?
Afraid not. Like you said, it seems to be some sort of mixture of not particularly magic, not particularly a curse, something in between, as far as I can tell. I don't have too much magical experience. I mean, I'm not by any means a magical person. Not many people in Gloria are, so it's hard to know outside of asking the gods. So, I don't really know.
If I find anything, I will let you know.
That's very kind. Thank you. Thank you, Veldren.
Have you heard of anyone else of having this condition before?
No, I'm afraid I don't really leave this village very often, so I don't see many new people. Not anyone that's come through here.
This may seem like a strange question. Do you know if your daughter interacted with anything magical before this happened? Or did it just come out of nowhere?
Not that I recall, no. It seemed to just happen. It's very strange. She was very young at the time, and it started out as what I thought was potentially a bruise, and then it seemed to grow, and then her skin started graying, and then her hair started falling out, and she doesn't like talking about it.
And coughing.
Yes, the sickness.
That's why I wanted to ask you. I did not want to.
She will
scare
appreciate
her.
the privacy. I will not tell her of this conversation.
Of course.
Again,
another strange question.
Yes.
What's her birthday? When was she born?
Well, like I said, she's about 20 years old now. Perhaps her birthday, I believe, is the 3rd day of the 3rd month.
Is it the same as someone else's?
Nope.
Okay. Uh, strange question. I just wanted to rule out a theory that started. My friend is
If you were
around
looking
the
to get
same
her a
age.
gift, I'm afraid that day has passed.
My friend is around the same age. I wanted to see if it was
Ah.
something of a certain day that had
I see.
significance.
I see. Unfortunately not. I apologize.
It is all right. Thank you for the information, Father.
Of course, Veldren, you're always welcome here.
Thank you. I will send word if I hear of anything, and keep a lookout for you.
I will, I don't quite know how I would contact you, but if I were to ever learn anything, I would hope to share the same wisdom with you if you pass back through here.
I can possibly send you messages through a friend. When she's having a bad episode, one of her bad days,
Yes.
do not let her around people.
She chooses not to be. When she has a worse day, like I said, she tends to isolate herself.
You need to make sure that continues to happen.
Why is that?
For her own sake. It is just to make sure, Father, for her sake and everyone else's.
All right. I'll be sure to do so. Kind of almost seems a bit confused at that, but yeah.
Oh. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
I should get after my friends.
Yes. Well, I shall see you later tonight when you return.
Of course. And I'll jog off after Aridia and
Okay.
Sybil.
Yeah. We shall go back round, as they've been very patient, we will go back round to Bishop and Astra, as you guys kind of finished. As you finished at the barn. I'm assuming you guys were heading back in the direction of the bar itself, the tavern.
If eventually after I do a perimeter check and just like, I will. Head back to the barn and grab Astra.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like going for a walk?
Sure.
Right. It's going to be strange. Remember that gold that I gave you back on the ship? Said I wouldn't need it.
Astra would have refused you.
Oh, yeah, and I would have slipped it in.
Just snuck it to her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. I just outed myself, didn't I?
Yeah.
Astra, you check your pocket, and
think
there
you
are
did.
coins there.
Yep.
Coins that were not there before.
She's like, why is there?
Why
Let
is
me
there
scroll up her
money
DMs
here?
to figure out
I think it's like
why
10.
is there. It said add 5 gold.
Oh, yeah.
Why is there 5 more than I had before?
That would in fact be the gold fairy. Came in tonight.
I don't think that's a thing. There's no way that's a thing, right?
I gave you half of my gold. Anyway, hold on to it, but follow me, and I will start leading Astra into town.
Okay.
Can I find like a general store?
You could look for one. There isn't one here. It is a small village. They basically kind of make all the things they need between them. It is very much a kind of like small community. There's not really need for a general store, so there isn't one.
Okay. In that case, look at people walking by on our way after not finding a general store.
Mhm.
Pardon, monsieur. Very strange question, but I'm looking for bits of cloth, needle and thread, and maybe some cotton, wool, something like that. Do you, by any chance, know where I could find anything?
Would you be looking for any individual in particular in the town? Or would you just grab the nearest person you could find?
Oh, just some dude walking by.
Okay, let me let's see. Who would you run into?
On the list
Watch
of
which one of them is the
NPCs.
big bad.
You know what? Actually, no. You know what? You would probably you would see kind of just like making their way kind of probably out of the tavern, kind of just like kind of wandering vaguely in your direction. You would see the kind of probably about 7 foot tall Goliath man, kind of gray skin with black kind of tattoos, shaved head, kind of very just seems to be kind of like looking around. You say that and he kind of like looks down at you, just like, oh, sorry, needle and thread, you said, and some fabric. I could potentially. That's not my specialty. I'm more of a blacksmith myself, but
I do apologize. I'm new to the town. I'm just looking for a few supplies.
Oh, I could certainly sell you some of my personal stock. I'm a blacksmith by trade, but I do enjoy a little bit of crochet every now and then. So I do have a few supplies for that sort of thing.
That actually might be even better.
What are you trying to make? Are you a fellow craftsman?
Kind
I'm
of.
so confused.
Monsieur, question. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color?
Yeah.
Blue?
I'll meet you back at the bar.
Oh, like your wonderful dress. It is very beautiful, by the way. It's very, very nice.
It would still be white. What time of day is it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, it's daytime. Never mind. He wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
All right. I'll meet you back at the bar. And I'll just look back to the Goliath man. It's like, if you by any chance have made perhaps a blanket that's blue, my companion of mine does not really have the best sleep supplies. No, trying to get her a blanket.
I did make one actually a little while ago. It's might be a bit big for her, as I made it for myself, so it's a little on the bigger side. But yes, I'd be willing to sell that to you. Yes, only for a couple of silver, but just for my time.
Appreciate it, and I'll take the 5 gold I gave Astra, and I'll just put it in his hand.
Oh,
Honestly,
that's a little bit more than a few silver, friend.
True, but it do mean a lot to me, and I'm very thankful. It is honestly.
Thank you. Oh,
it's the least I could do. Especially this was coming from something you were personally going to use. It is the very least I could do to make up for your time.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much, friend. I truly. What is your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Bishop.
Bishop. Oh, it's very lovely to meet you, Bishop.
Eventually, and what's your name, mon ami?
My name is Noah.
Noah. It's very nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, sir. If you ever need anything from a blacksmith, I could certainly pay for some of it. Pay it forward, you know.
We greatly appreciate it. I will definitely keep you in mind. I don't have much in mind just yet, but I would love to see some of your work.
Oh, well, that would be very nice. If you're in town for a little bit longer, I'd be more than willing to give you a lovely tour of my shop.
No, I think that sounds like a great idea. I think we might be in here for a few more days.
That would be very good. Well, I will see you soon then. I'm heading back to my shop now, so got a few projects to work on. I'll bring that blanket to you. Are you going to the tavern?
Yeah, I'll be at the tavern with a few of my companions.
Right, I see. I'll meet you there then later.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you again.
All right. Thank you. And yeah, he'll go to leave.
Now, run to catch up with Astra.
As Noah kind of like steps kind of past you, standing directly behind Noah, you see a familiar face of your imaginary friend, shall we say, as no one else can see them. You see this woman with kind of dark black hair, graying skin, gold and black and gold kind of metal draconic armor, staff in hand, kind of just like appears kind of in the space, kind of almost like stepping out of his shadow, kind of just like looks at you and goes, "We cannot waste time here."
We cannot. But there's something going on here that smells.
There is. Your
I don't
sister.
like it.
She holds the catalyst. She has what we need. And unfortunately, it seems like she's made an alliance with an unfortunate connection of mine.
Well,
We go back a long time. But it seems
there's
as
anything
though...
anything I know about myself, she will at least listen to reason. I think I might be able.
I don't know if he will, though. He and I had a big disagreement a long time ago, and I feel though he's perhaps still a little bitter about being a sore loser. Just be careful. Remember why we are here. Don't let her distract you.
Of course. She may be blood, but
well, sometimes blood betrays us.
Well, I hope that don't happen. Besides, I think something going on at that barn. I think I might have a plan for. I think you'll get a kick out of.
Well, like I said before, you may not have to take it from her directly, but you cannot let it out of your sight. What she possesses, is the quite literal key that we need.
I definitely talked.
If we can at least get a closer look at it, we'll know what state it's in. I fear for the worst, but we'll at least know what we're dealing with.
That I can definitely.
Good.
Who knows?
Good.
Maybe if I'm able to talk to her and see her, get her to see reason, might get us an ally.
That would be good.
Soon, if I get a chance to talk to her.
I knew I chose you for a reason. And she kind of just like, almost like cups your chin with her hand, with like her gauntleted hand, kind of like lifts it a little bit. So.
It kind of leans into it a bit, just to...
Yeah. No.
I'll get it done.
Good. Good. You will be rewarded, as you already have been. And yeah, she'll just kind of like steps past you, and if you look back, she's no longer there. Yeah, then you're able to head off and catch up with Astra, and that would probably be around the time that the others probably make their way back as well, as the group of you all head on back into the tavern. So it is getting towards sort of early evening. The dinner that you have been invited to will be relatively soon. But you do have some time to mingle, chat, catch up, speak to any NPCs you'd like to speak to before then, if you have anything you would like to do.
If it's getting to early evening, Astra's dress probably won't look white anymore, per se.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably more of like
Is it blue and black instead of white and gold?
You motherfucker.
There are words I wanted to say, but I cannot say them on stream. You know what? No, it's
hate
fine.
you. I hate you.
Anyways, it's definitely shifting to more of like a lighter blue. And then as the evening progresses, it's shifting to like a deep blue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Very cool.
Are you though?
I think we all know the answer to that question.
Yeah. The answer's no.
That's what I wanted to say.
I would go up to Astra and Bishop, actually.
Okay.
As we all enter, and it's like, just so you know, apparently there's something of a. They say that it's a. They say that it is a story, a fairy tale meant to scare the children. These things are usually found in a lot of truth. However, apparently there might be a monster running around. Just something to a different one, some kind of beast.
You know about this beast?
I do not. Axel had mentioned something. Yeah, go for it. Axel had mentioned something about a bounty.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple people looking for it.
I've been telling the truth. Like, I was told that there was a monster that was possibly that was most likely a fairy tale, but there was I've said everything I know about the thing.
Okay. I did roll a natural 20, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I figured that look. That's what I figured that look was. So I was like, yeah, here.
How much is the bounty?
I did not think to ask. I figured one of the villagers would probably know.
I might have a way to get more information.
Why is there a bounty on a bedtime story?
That's what I was wondering as well.
Because it is a story.
So how a lot of these things could be... There are logical explanations. It might be a monster. We do live in a world where monsters exist.
What?
How...
Why didn't anyone tell me?
Abigail, I'm gonna fight you. However, it may
I'm pretty
just
sure you
be...
just saw one about maybe 2 hours ago.
It may just also be wolves or bears in the woods, coyotes. There are reasonable explanations. However, I tend to plan for the worst, hope for the best.
Maybe it would just want to talk.
That it definitely will be something.
If it's a monster, they tend to have some form of sentience a lot of the time. So it is possible, actually. It is not a bad idea if that is the case. Even wolves can be reasoned with. You just have to supply what they need and lure them away.
I like talking to animals.
Werewolf?
Who said this?
You turn and hearing that voice, you see Abraham makes his way over as you guys are kind of having this conversation at the kind of mention. It's like,
A werewolf.
yes, that's the story everyone likes to tell.
It's just something we'd heard of.
Yes.
Is there a bounty on this?
Well, I mean, there are certainly stories about it, and I certainly haven't set any bounty, although I would be the one to set one if there was one. It's, a lot of people in this town like to think of it as being just a silly story, and, well, people don't tend to tell it as much anymore, just,
What do you think it is, Mr. Abraham?
I think it's very real. It's quite a personal thing for me, but
personal.
Ow.
Kind of like shrinks in on himself a little bit, realizing, oh, I walked straight into this. Fuck. It's like, well, many years ago, there were these rumors of seeing a creature in the night started in this village. A few people who take the night watch thought they'd seen a beast roaming the fields, but nothing was ever truly confirmed, at least not from what most people think. It was just a rumor. But my wife, you see, she believed these things and believed that there was something going on. She always wanted the farm life, never truly suited her, but she stayed because of the children. And, well, one day she didn't. She disappeared.
So sorry.
And there was no trace of her, but I don't know, maybe the werewolf got what it wanted, because there's been no talk about it since. Some have assumed the worst, but many people don't like to talk about it just due to the connections people like to draw between the two events. Sightings of some sort of creature, and then my wife's disappearance. We did have a few disagreements, so maybe it was simply that. Or maybe she was taken by a monster in the night. I don't know.
Very sorry for your loss, sir.
Well, it's been many years now, so I've gotten used to taking care of the kids by myself. They're old enough now. They're adults.
How are your injuries?
Oh, I'm perfectly fine after after all the fussing from Hazel and, well, the healing from you, Miss Aridia. I truly appreciate that. Or was it Aridia or was it Astra? I can't remember.
It was Astra.
It was Astra.
Sorry, that was my bad. That was my misremember. From the lovely Astra here, I truly appreciate that. Still, kind of just gives you a smile. I'm perfectly fine. Feel as good as new, and now that my farm's no longer at risk due to that rogue magic, well, feeling a lot better.
Well, if you were like, I would very much have no problem with accompanying you back to your farm just to make sure that you are safe.
Well, actually, I don't know if your friends mentioned it to you, but I would very much like to host you for dinner tonight. My children and I would be very it would do us a great honor to have you in our house after you did so much for us, and we have a room that we can offer as well for some of you. It won't be able to fit everyone, but perhaps 2 or 3 of you might be able to take the room. And
so very kind of you.
Yes.
No.
Thank you.
If it's all right with you, I'm perfectly content with staying in the barn. I don't need much for sleep.
Oh, well, it's a little run down. You see, lots of holes, lots of it's not particularly warm in there, so I would feel bad leaving you out in the cold like that.
That's perfectly fine. I don't really. The cold doesn't bother me. In fact, I would much rather sleep under the star.
Oh, well, if that's what you wish, then absolutely. If the rest of you would like the house, then yes, you may take it, absolutely. But both are offer if you don't mind the cold.
I very much would not mind.
Right.
But if you don't mind me asking, what who plan on doing the cooking? I'm a bit of I dabble a bit in culinary bits.
Oh,
And
well,
just look to Aridia. Don't you stay a word.
kind of looks back and forth between the two of you. It's like, well, usually, Frankie is quite a good cook. He's my son, and, well, Lisa likes to help with, the herbs and such, and I dabble, but, I'm mostly the one on the collecting of the food. And they're the ones who like to prepare, but I'm sure if you wanted to, I'm sure they would appreciate some assistance.
I would have a blast doing that if you do not mind.
Well, we should probably leave quite soon then. Dinner is currently being prepared, but I'm sure you'll be able to assist in some way.
Kick Bishop under the table.
just stares daggers at Aridia. Just
yeah. Well, yeah. In that case, yeah, you can head off with Abraham over to the house. Would anyone else go with at this point? Or do other people have other things they would like to do?
I'd probably go with. I would like to look around the tavern. Is anyone like? I'm mostly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Cell of this like mage person that's been described to us that Aridia said had a vested interest in us.
You
as a group.
Look around, and you don't even need to make a perception check. You see, definitely kind of looking over her book. You see, no, I'm saying you don't need to. It's very obvious. You definitely see the prying eyes, almost like glowing blue across the room of a woman kind of sat in the corner, black dress, kind of pale skin, dark kind of eyeliner around her eyes, a big kind of witch's style hat on her head, with a book kind of in hand. Seems to just be watching you, kind of just with a hand kind of just wiggling back and forth, kind of almost like she'd be running a coin between her fingers, but there is no coin. Kind of just watching curiously, kind of head turned to the side a little bit. You catch her eye, and she kind of just smiles a little bit. It's a little bit unnerving.
Oh, I wanted. Do I do something?
I see you looking. Aridia just like gives one nod in confirmation of like, yep.
Yep.
Eyes flick from Aridia back to Cell. I would like to make a symbol with my hands.
Okay.
In thieves' cant.
In thieves' cant. Okay.
Just curious. I'm just curious.
What's
see
the
if
symbol you're making? What are you trying to say?
It basically means. I didn't think this far ahead.
Yeah.
It's basically like a question of. It's like a question of. Basically, is something the matter?
Oh, you're basically kind of reaching out, being like, "What's up? What you?"
Like what? Like why is the
What's your
attention
deal?
on us? Essentially, why is the attention on us?
And kind of just like turns her head to the side, doesn't respond. You don't know if she's understood or not.
Can I make an insight check to see if she's understood?
Sure. From this distance, I would say it would be disadvantage. because she's kind of hiding
I don't
her
need
face a little bit.
I don't need disadvantage. It's a 4.
Yeah, you have no idea. She is mysterious. Mysterious goth lady.
I don't like her. She worries me.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll walk off with the rest of the group though.
Okay. Yeah. She just.
Oh, is
I
the
would
rest
kind
of
of
the group
like-
coming?
I think so. Yeah,
Unless
I kind
anyone
of
else
like
is
walk
doing
up.
anything else.
I'll kind of walk next to Aridia.
Mm-hmm.
She was watching us.
She has been the whole time that we have been here.
Very interesting.
She knows quite a bit. She's from Ashenvale.
Ashenvale.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Kind of look back over his shoulder, but keep walking.
Yeah. You're not being followed,
Yeah.
at least from what you know.
Just peeking out behind a tree.
Yeah. You all make your way to the farmhouse, and you're able to make your way inside. And I think with
I
yes,
was just gonna ask, can I pull Abraham aside as they're walking in?
sure, yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. I just have a quick question. I was doing a perimeter
Yes.
check after we took care of that grassy plant thing. I just wanted to ask you your opinion on something.
Yes.
I'm gonna lead him around the barn out of sight.
Okay.
And
What are you gonna do to this
I'm
poor
going
man?
I'm going to pop my form of dread and pin him to the wall.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Cool. Yep. Yeah, you do that. You turn the corner, you take on your form of dread. You turn, you see his like face turns white. He's like, what are you? And you just like grab him and like pin him to the side of the wall.
I'm the one who gonna be asking some question.
What do you want from me?
manacles. Answers. Especially if we're gonna be staying here. I found them manacles. And I found them claw marks.
What?
Now I want you in the barn. Now I want you to be very truthful. The only reason you're not skinned alive right now is you've been kind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Inside check.
Go for it.
17.
This man is scared half to death right now. He literally just told you about rumors of a monster in town, and suddenly he's being pinned to the wall by one. Bro is being as so truthful as humanly possible. Bro is like giving you as much truth as he possibly can. He is being truthful through and through.
Awesome. Well, look like you're not lying, so I'll give you that. Turns out, in your barn, behind the furthest pile of hay, there be claw mark, and there be shackles.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about any claw marks. I don't know anything about any manacles. Please don't kill me. Please. I have children. Please don't kill me. I don't know what you want from me.
I tell you, all I wanted were answers.
And I gave you answers. I don't know anything about any claw marks or any manacles. I don't know.
You did, and I appreciate that. I am thankful. You have given people I care about a place of safety. And for that, I will keep your place safe. But just so you're aware, something have been coming in your barn. and something big with claw. So if I were you, once we leave, you might want to keep an eye on that. I think that monster you've been looking for been using that barn as a place to hide.
You believe it? You believe that the creature is real?
Well, after seeing, and I will.
Are you still in your form of dread, by the way?
Nope. At this point, I will drop it.
Okay.
Apologies. And
I will
it's a
say,
bit-
after you drop
it
out,
is-
out of once you go out of the form of dread, you smell something that does not smell good. You look down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fred.
He-
I. First of all, I do apologize. I'm very sorry.
What the hell are you? Are you a monster? You come here to hurt the people of this town? Are you?
No.
Are you the monster from all those years ago? Did you take my wife?
No. To tell you the truth,
Persuasion check.
yeah.
You listen. He just told you rumor about a creature that came
Yeah,
in the
oh, yeah.
night and killed people.
I'm aware.
And it was never confirmed. He believed it to be real, and then you just did that.
Just for funsy onesies.
Okay.
30 with the natural 20.
Okay. Damn. Okay. Shit. Yeah, he seems to believe you. He seems to have no choice but to believe you right now.
Yeah. You have been very honest and straightforward with me. I am going to be very straightforward and honest with you. I am from Phelan, long ago before the calamity. I left, went to Ashenvale, was murdered, was in the ground, dead for about 150 years. And magic being brought me back 2 weeks ago.
Bishop. You hear her voice. She's you don't turn to see her, but you hear her voice right next to you. She's like, "You scared this man half to death. Leave him alone. He doesn't need to know anything. He's worthless."
And he don't in my head, and he don't know anything.
But you're telling him things that he doesn't need to know. This could cause problems. You're being rash. Don't throw away this opportunity I've given you.
I'm not throwing anything away. His fear will keep him silent. I'm just, and out loud, I'm just here to make sure that whatever I found at the barn is not going to come after those I consider my friends and companions. And being that this is your barn, I just wanted to address the situation at the room. I apologize for
Whatever happened to just asking? Whatever happened to just asking a question? What happened to? What happened?
I will put 2 gold in his hand. I do apologize.
I don't think that's gonna be enough therapy. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pay for enough therapy with this.
Well, look on the bright side. I don't
There's
have
a
to go
bright
into your
side in
house.
this.
Yes. I don't have to go into your house anymore. And I just walk into the barn.
And on that note, we're gonna end the session. Oh my god. Holy shit.
I was counting on him knowing more.
Oh my god.
This is why we ask questions first and then scary form later.
He's just a little guy, Tom. He's just a little guy.
A little guy who has claw marks and manacles in his
Questions
barn.
first.
I mean,
Questions first. What did Veldren just say? There could be logical explanations for this.
And that logical explanation was he knew something. There's claw marks and manacles in his barn.
Okay.
And werewolves aren't all bad.
You know, we could have this discussion all night, but we don't have time for that.
Yes,
so
yes,
I want to
yes.
say thank you all, everyone, for watching. Thank you for all the amazing people who've come in today. All the raiders, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much. All the new follows, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much for all the love and support on this show. If you are new here. If you are new here, we will go around and we will introduce ourselves as we do when you can find us all and all of that. And yeah, we will go in overlay order. So we will start with the wonderful Jay.
I don't like it here. Why do I gotta go first? But hello. Howdy. My name's Jay. You can find me at most of my socials. You can find me at most of my socials at Sequo, Sequo. Unless it's Twitter, then it'll be Voice of Jaca, Jaca. I'll be here every other Wednesday. Who knows? Might run some one-shots, might not. No one's decided that yet. And you can find me here where I'm just a little guy.
Hell yeah. Incredible.
Just a little guy, you say?
Abigail.
I'm gonna pass it on to Pingu right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Jet, also known as Cause Pingu, all over the internet. Yeah. You can also find me next weekend on R4C stream for Rolling for Charity. I'm playing masks because I love masks. And I'm really, really excited. My character for that is they're indigenous and hard of hearing, just like me. So they have like a special little place in my heart, and I'm really excited to share them with the world. But yeah, our Rolling for Charity, we're raising money for Doctors Without Borders. It is a 24-hour live stream split between 2 different days, Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, that's where you can find me. And here every other week.
Hell yeah. Who would like to go next?
Thank you.
I can pick back up.
Okay,
Hello, everyone. I'm Abigail, also known as Abigail the Nerd. And you can find me under Abigail the Nerd on all the things if I ever do post ever again in my life. And I will also be there for Rolling for Charity. I will be in Rebel Scum, where we're going to be playing a Star Wars game. And I will be playing Liren Karn, the second Cluehorn of the Figrin Den and the Modal Nodes. AKA one of the Cantina band members.
Yes.
Who is an Uber driver on the side, and that
Incredible.
And I'm really excited to play as him. We have a hot tub in our ship. That is something we established. It's deeply important. So come check it out. Rolling for Charity is going to be a lot of fun. It's a 2-day event, and there's a lot of really awesome people there. So come check it out. And aside from that, yeah, I'm here every other week. And sometimes I post clips of my home games being silly on my TikTok and stuff.
Incredible. Next up, we have the wonderful Hans.
Hello, I'm Hans. You can find me across all social media at HansKate. Let's see, alternating Wednesdays here playing Aridia, and on the opposing Wednesdays, you can find me over on New Age Geeks, where I play Ashira for Queer and Present Danger. And then, because you guys were so amazing and we hit our 500 goal for our Thirsty Sword Lesbians a couple weeks back, we'll be having a second session with our Thirsty Sword Lesbians group for Logomancy's Roll for Wishes, which is fundraising for Make-A-Wish International. And that'll be Sunday the 24th over on Locomancy Media's Twitch channel. So yeah.
Incredible. And last but certainly not least, our creepy, scary, form of dread now, ask questions later, Tom.
Hello, I'm Tom, also known as That One Warlock. I make the saddest and scariest characters you've ever seen on the internet. You can find me all across every single social media at That One Warlock. When it comes to APs, I am all over the place all day, every day of the week, almost. Mondays, you can find me over on the Starfield, where we are coming up on Season 2 of our Werewolf the Apocalypse 5e. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. Things are getting really into the shit now. The training wheels are off, and we are deep in the water. Tuesdays, you can find me over on Game Murder Girl's Twitch channel, playing as Professor Backer Jostroms, the half-dragonborn Circle of the Moon Druid, who wild shapes exclusively into dinosaurs. Love him. He's amazing. And then here, every other Wednesday, you can find me being the spooky, creepy, caked-up twink that is Bishop Dracum. The undead Zirconic Sorlock. And then on Thursdays, so tomorrow, for a couple more weeks until we take our holiday break, you can find me over on World Tree Quests, playing in Fathoms Below, the first ever, as far as I'm aware, completely underwater campaign. So those of you with thalassophobia and megalophobia, this is probably not the campaign for you. But you can find me there playing as everyone's favorite underwater twink, Ariel the Sea Witch, who probably gonna get locked in jail tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Not his fault. Not his fault. It is not his fault.
Uh-huh.
No,
it's
it's
true.
true.
I believe it.
It's true. The paladin and the cleric started the bar fight.
Love that. Love it.
Yep. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Wonderful.
Now, B, tell these lovely people where they can find you.
Yes. And I have been your wonderful GM of the night. I am B. You can find me at Bender's D&D on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find me, obviously, here every other Wednesday running Tales of Agius. You can find me tomorrow over on the twitch.tv/Madloon channel for our last few episodes of Part 2 of Dungeons and Demigods, our Percy Jackson D&D campaign. It is wrapping up. Things are getting pretty crazy and exciting. I play a very Ares-coded child of Aphrodite over there. It's a good time. Maybe an old character of mine might show up at some point soon. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, we are wrapping up into our final episodes there. So yeah, come check us out tomorrow. You can also please go check out Era 313. It is our wonderful sci-fi radio drama. Which all 8 episodes of the show are now out. You can find it on Spotify and other platforms as well. All your podcasting platforms, it's on there. Apple Music, YouTube Music, I believe it's YouTube Podcasts, I believe it's on as well. It's on a lot of those. So please go check it out. We work really hard on it, and if you enjoy it, maybe there's maybe we'll do more. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here and for watching and for hanging out. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. Again, from all the raiders, all the lovely people that are here, who have been here throughout the stream. You guys are great. And yeah, let's stick around to share the love a little bit. We are going to raid over to a wonderful friend of ours, Funkmaster Nacho, as they are currently live. They're playing some Zelda. So let's pop a raid over there. If I could spell their name correctly, which apparently I can't.
Before we go,
spelling. Yes.
Just very quickly, just a very simple thing before we go.
Mm-hmm.
All of us here know the world is scary, but you are loved, you are supported.
Yes.
We love you so very much.
Yes, it is a very interesting time in the world right now, but just know that this is a safe space where you can always feel safe and enjoy some fun times. We love you all. If you want to come hang out with us in the community Discord, there's links in chat to the Dice and Autism Discord, where we talk about Tales of Agius. We talk about Hero U, one of our other campaigns that we did that we'll maybe get a season 2 at some point. And also our flagship campaign, New Rollus, which will be returning in January, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I believe I've spelled the name correctly this time. I have. Yes, we're going to go over to Ryan and pop a raid over there. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, for enjoying, and we will see you guys very, very soon. Love you guys.